faces popping up by my head, watching television while being watched by the feds, call it devil vision. Look around, wipe my forehead, hell is dripping with sweat, blood, and tears from these fellow snitches. Black woman, born into oppression. Black children, born into oppression. Crack dealing, born into oppression. Blacks killing.
Our two legal representatives today. We will be here to answer any of your questions, any feedback you guys may or may have regarding the film or just in life in general. They'll be free to answer those questions as well as provide some advice for you guys.
It's kind of almost like 10 days.
Yeah.
What's the difference between powers between regular police and Because I've been told that stoplight tablets that they have more authority. I've been searched and I don't have a record or anything like that. And I've been told it's because they are tablets and because they suspect whatever.
But when it comes to TAVIS, their mandate is what's called proactive policing. So TAVIS, which is essentially racial profiling, right? But it's Toronto Anti-Violence Intervention. So with the police, I believe they came in when Chief Bill Blair came into power. And basically, these units are deployed in high crime or high needs.
If they told you, oh, we've got special powers, they were just lying. If someone else told you that, they may have the impression because what they do is come in and just, talk to people all day and ask them questions and stuff like that. And I think Professor Young said this in the video, is that there's no law that prevents the police or anybody else from stopping and asking you questions. And the example he uses, the example I always use too, is that there's nothing to stop, if you're walking down the street, I can stop you and say, hey there, what are you doing here? What's your name? And if I did it, you'd probably think, what's with you? Like, okay, back off. But people respond differently when it's the police because they feel, maybe frightened, intimidated. They don't know for sure whether the police are allowed to do this kind of thing or not. And the other thing that Professor Young said that I think is a really challenging issue is because part of my job is to go, we go to schools and community centers and all this kind of stuff and talk to young people about what their rights are. And so, but if they have any experience with the police at all, someone's going to say, and I usually say it first, but, well, what good is it for me to know what your rights are? Because what I say is, I can tell you what your rights are, and I want you to know that I know that on the street it's a different story. And I can't necessarily I don't have anything to offer you by way of what can you do that's actually going to work, that's actually going to help. My hope is that talking to you about what your rights are will at least make you think in your head, oh, I don't have to answer these questions. So, they did that little clip with the young guy who was saying, I'm on my way home from school and I stayed late and I don't have to show you my bag and I am calm and all that stuff. Like, I wouldn't even be that brave, probably, if I were him, and I don't get harassed by the police regularly. And so, it might not give you, like, the guts to really stand up and exercise your rights, but at least in your head, they're not allowed to do this. And so then you can say, is there a problem, officer? Or, am I free to go? I'd like to carry on my way.
You don't know my pain. Yeah, mask out.